Hello, Legionnaires, and welcome to 10-Minute Introductions, the series where I provide a 10,000-foot overview of a game or game system and try to do it in 10 minutes or less. In this video, we're going to take a look at Mutant Chronicles 3rd Edition by Modiphius Entertainment. If you enjoy these 10-minute introductions, please like this video and leave a comment to let me know. Legion of Myth hosts 2 live streams during the week, so be sure to subscribe to this channel with those notifications turned on to be informed when we go live or when a new video is available for your viewing pleasure. Refer to the video's description for links to the various Legion Myth sites, social media, discords, merch, etc. The charity we support is the Wounded Warrior Project, a national, nonpartisan organization whose mission is to honor and empower wounded warriors. Please refer to the description below for the link to where you can make your potentially tax-deductible donation. Mutant Chronicles is a dieselpunk techno-fantasy game, a blend of dystopian cyberpunk intrigue, demon hunting, and low-budget science fiction in a larger-than-life world where the shoulder pads are big and the hair is even bigger. The setting exists in our own solar system, hundreds of years in the future, where humanity is divided into a number of corporate factions and is opposed by the malevolent legions of the Dark Apostles. Beings from an alien dimension hell-bent on the conquest and corruption of all who stand in their way. In the year 2480, the Imperial Corporation discovered an artifact that probably should have been left alone. Instead, not only did they try to bring it back, but they put their grubby little hands on it. This unleashed the dark symmetry upon the solar system. Technology becomes corrupted, outposts are lost, and demonic beings gently try to murder humanity. With technology failing due to the insidious effect of the dark symmetry, mankind must fight back against the Dark Legion hordes whilst dealing with infighting and conspiracy. As a Modiphius Entertainment game, Mutant Chronicles 3rd Edition uses the 2d20 system. In its most simplistic sense, the player rolls 2 20-sided dice to determine the outcome of actions. Add the character's relevant attribute rating to the character's relevant skill expertise rating. The sum of these 2 numbers is the target number for the 2d20 roll. If either one of those 2 20-sided dice is equal to or less than the target number, the action is a success. For example, let's say a character with a coordination attribute of 9 and a ranged weapon expertise rating of 3 tries to shoot a target. Add the 9 plus the 3 for a sum of 12. Now, roll 2d20. If at least one of those d20 is a 12 or less, the character hits the target. Okay, let's make this a little more complicated. A character with a coordination attribute rating of 9 and a ranged weapon expertise rating of 3 now also has a ranged weapon skill focus rating of 2. Again, the character tries to shoot the target, but this time the Game Master determines the difficulty for this action is 2. So what does this new skill focus and difficulty information mean? As before, add the 9 from coordination plus the 3 from ranged weapon expertise for a sum of 12. And roll 2d20. This time, let's get specific and say you roll a 2 and a 15 on those 2d20. Well, the roll of 15 is unfortunately higher than the target number of 12, so that die does not provide any successes. On the other hand, the roll of 2 is equal to or less than 12, so it provides 1 success. But that's not it. This is where the character's skill focus comes into play. Since the roll of 2 is also equal to or less than the character's ranged weapon skill focus, the character receives an additional success. To make it clear, a roll equal to or under the sum of the attribute rating plus the skill expertise rating provides 1 success. A roll that is also equal to or under the skill focus rating provides an additional success. This is good. Remember, the difficulty of the action is 2, which means the character needs both of those successes in order to successfully shoot the target. One more item of note before you get started. Additional successes above the number required for the task provide the character momentum. So, for example, if we had rolled 3 successes instead of just the 2 required, the character would have gained 1 momentum. Character creation follows a life path progression of 8 decisions. You'll have 5 life points to spend to assist or tweak the decision-making process along the way. The first decision simply gives you your starting point with regard to the character's 8 attributes. The second decision determines your faction, language-based skills, and talent. You'll also get to roll 1 faction event to give your character a little history. In Decision 3, you'll determine your social class, which provides attribute bonuses, a skill, the character's earnings rating from impoverished to wealthy, and equivalent lodgings. An item of interest further personalizes the character. Decision 4 is where you determine the environment in which the character grew up. Once more, you'll get an attribute bonus, skill, and an equipment item. Decision 5 is a big one. It's where you determine your character's education, which impacts potential careers later on. This is probably a good time to spend a life point or two if you have high aspirations for your starting character. This decision grants the character multiple attribute improvements, a number of skills, talent, equipment, and free access to certain careers based on the character's education. Finally, you roll an adolescent event to add to your character's background information. The 6th decision is where you determine the character's initial career. This is another decision in which you may want to spend life points in order to get the career of your choice. Or, hey, there's nothing wrong with having some fun by leaving it up to the fates and the dice. Once again, this decision grants the character multiple attribute improvements, a number of skills, a talent, equipment, and a career event to add to your character's background information. Decision 6 can either be repeated or the character can try for a Decision 7 iconic career, one of the standout professions of the Mutant Chronicles setting. Obtaining an iconic profession is not guaranteed and comes with certain prerequisites before you can even attempt to enter the career. However, if you meet the prerequisites, you can spend life points to make the role for the iconic profession easier. Finally, Decision 8 is where you finish customizing the character with a couple of chronicle points, an attribute increase, skill expertise and focus increases, and another talent. At this point, your character's ready to venture into the universe of Mutant Chronicles. Okay, so what do you do in Mutant Chronicles? From corporate politics to guns ablazing action to silent infiltration, there are limitless possibilities for adventure in Mutant Chronicles. Are you private investigators seeking criminals and heretics in Luna City? Merchants or freebooters who take advantage of conflict for profit? Freelancers or mercenaries who work for corporate contracts or who seek to take the fight to the Dark Legion? Maybe you're corporate executives who attempt to ensure your faction's goals are met, or Brotherhood mystics who push back the darkness with the light. Whether you discreetly confront the Dark Legion, work in more subtle methods, or stay as far away from that fight as possible, any genre of play, from city life to space buccaneers to cartel life and beyond, is possible. Always remember though, due to the dark symmetry, technology is both an asset and a liability. Talking about the dark symmetry, I can't say it any better than what's written in the book. The influence of the dark symmetry is a pervasive and insidious threat, one that can befoul technology, taint the material world, and defile the souls of humanity. There are different avenues by which corruption can take root, depending on the type of target being corrupted. Technology is the most vulnerable to corruption, often falling swiftly and at the worst possible moments. The most sophisticated devices are the most vulnerable, with artificial intelligences, electronic and computerized systems, and similarly advanced technologies being particularly vulnerable to distortion and influenced by the dark symmetry. Many creatures of darkness and heretics have the ability to taint technology. Corrupted technology tends to malfunction in ways that seems almost malicious. Radios distort the meaning of messages, guns misfire in ways that cause harm to the wielder or his allies, computers produce misleading information, and so forth. Corrupted technology spreads discord and hinders those who would oppose the dark soul. This corruption also influences the living. The Dark Legion are souls that have been corrupted, twisted, and enslaved by the dark symmetry and its technology. They exist to destroy humanity. Certain characters can study the art of the light, think space magic, and tap into the energies of the light. Characters with mysticism expertise and who find a way to join the Brotherhood during the character's life path can become one of these practitioners. This is not a safe path. The darkness taints various game mechanic subsystems, such as the dark symmetry pool and repercussion range, which are outside the scope of this 10-minute introduction. Mutant Chronicles takes you on a full-throttle, dieselpunk ride through our solar system beset by corporate intrigue and the invasion of the Dark Legion. Please like this video and leave a comment to appease the YouTube algorithm gods. Share this video on your favorite social media platforms to help us peer out of the shadows cast over us. And if you have not done so already, please subscribe to Legion of Myth for more tabletop RPG goodness. Talking about that tabletop RPG goodness, watch tabletop role-playing game deep dives, overviews, and fundamentals live every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time on RPG Die Gest. Or, if you're the more daring type, check out the Friday Night Chill stream where I and a panel of guests opine, comment, and editorialize on the TTRPG hobby as a whole. We believe that role-playing games should take place in fantastic worlds and that the focus of your game should be on role-playing and having a good time. The core values of #RPGate and any good tabletop group are escapism, not representation, entertainment over activism, and natural, organic inclusion, not forced diversity. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day.